The local Indians called the area Camas, after the blue lilies that grew along the river's edge. French-Canadian trappers added a French twist and called the area Camas. The post office would drop the French article to make it less confused with Le Centre and Le Conner. But it would take a paper mill to turn Camas into a town. Located on the Columbia River and close to an abundant supply of water and lumber, Camas was the perfect place to set up a paper mill. In 1883, Henry Pittock and his investors bought land and platted out a town site. So the town came before the townsfolk, and a good education became important from early on.
The mill was the spawning point of the needs of an educated workforce that took a higher academic skill than being able to put your foot on a shovel.
The paper mill would change hands over the years, but would dominate and define the Camas community for more than a century as its almost sole employer. The mill owners depended on and funded the schools to provide a future educated workforce. The mill started the Crown Willamette Paper School in cooperation with the Camas School District. High school students received college credit while learning the trade. By 1946, Crown Zellerbach built an important research lab in town.
That was where we started. Those were our roots, and we've grown from that into a higher tech community.
By the 1990s, new high-tech industry would overcome the mill as the largest employer. Camas had grown from a population of 6,000 in 1990 to 17,000 today. Camas School District now has 1 high school, 1 alternative high school, 2 middle schools, and 5 elementary schools. Local high-tech companies and research labs work with Camas School District to provide on-site internships and other learning opportunities to continue the tradition of a well-educated workforce.
I would never have thought I get to do this as a high schooler. Most people have to wait until college to do it, so.
We've always had a very, very progressive administration. Superintendent, director of curriculum, the union, the teachers' union.
Is this too cute? My mask of the day?
Gail Walsh started teaching middle school in 1970. For 40 years, she's been challenging Camas's 5th and 6th graders to nurture their passion for learning.
Never have a boring day. It causes me to have giggles and tickles just in myself every day because it's always about being a little fun. I think they still are what I call wet cement. They come to me not as a blank surface, they come as kind of a little bit of a sculpted person.
Gail is so good at what she does that she's inspired a lot of her students to follow in her footsteps.
I think I have 38 former students that are now teachers. They're living part of my dream and what I believe in.
Camas has a community values ethic. People here care about each other.
We have really nice people in our town. The community is a prosperous and green community, people who care about their community and tend to look after one another as good neighbors.
I'm very proud of the support that we receive from our community. You look at the beautiful schools that we're building right now, which would not be possible if our community didn't come out and vote to support a bond issue that is providing the funding for 3 new elementary schools, expansion of Camas High School, a new Hayes Freedom High School, a new stadium that our community needs. The community support that we've had over the years is a major factor in why Camas schools are so great.
When you look now in the newspapers, you look anywhere, the excellence that Camas has put in many fronts says that desire of the staff and the leadership and the school board and the people who make the funding possible have done just exactly what they thought they could do, and it shows evidentially in the achievement.
Our students are top shelf learners, and I attribute that to the fact that we've got parents who support them, we've got teachers who enable them and support their advancement.
We've been really fortunate, whether it's educational technology or beautiful new schools. I mean, all those things are tremendous, and we've had, we've been so fortunate that we've been able to pass bonds and levies. But the bottom line is that school is really all about what happens when that classroom door is closed and the interaction between a teacher and his or her students.
You know, it really does. It's everybody pitching together, working together as a team, and that is the Camas way. And I would expect that in 50 years from now, we'll be able to look back and say, wow, we are still continuing that tradition of caring and quality and that expectation of excellence.